We all love seeing beautiful color changes with playing cards, like check some of these out. Now that is some wild stuff. Now most of these require a lot of practice, but who even got time for that? I'm gonna show you the cool and easy stuff. What up crew, it is Magic Monday and this is your place to learn Magic, master performance, and captivate audiences. If you're joining me for the first time, hey there, my name is Vinit and I tend to go by CardMechanic here on YouTube. Color changes in card magic provide beautiful visual effects when performing to audiences or even practicing yourself in front of a mirror. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a card trick that implements this sleek little color change. But before we get started, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and now, let's do it. Alright guys, so check this out. For those of you who are curious, today we're going to be using the first playing cards. Check them out, nice and shiny. Take them right out of the tuck case, and then we'll give the deck a quick little shuffle. Something like that, maybe one more. Maybe an overhand shuffle, because a lot of you are used to seeing overhand shuffles from me. Like this, like that. And we're good to go. Now we'll have a card selected at random. Let's just say this card right here. And it happens to be the King of Hearts. Take a look at it and remember it, because sometimes I just forget, and I need you to remember it for me. I'll leave it right on top for now, and then we'll give the deck a couple of cuts just like this. Now here's the cool part right here. I'm gonna have, I'm gonna riffle through the side of the deck. I'm gonna have you call out stop whenever you're ready. Right here, this one, that one. Okay, let's just say this one right here. So we have this, and then we have this half. Now, I'm just gonna lay them out just like this in my hands. Now, is this your card? No, okay, that was a test. I'm glad you got it. But we're gonna try to change this card into your selected card. But in order to do that, I guess first we have to clear out, okay? We have to clear out the face, so let me just do that real quick. Just like this, we're gonna clear it out. And there we go. So we've cleared it out. We have a clean slate right here. Now we're gonna have to change to your selected card. For the first time, I mean, I've already seen your card, but for the first time, name your card out loud. The King of Hearts. We'll check this out. 1, 2, 3. There's your card, the King of Hearts. Alright my people, so welcome to the tutorial. Just to give you some background on this effect. I believe it's known as Inverse Impulse by Kevin Ho. Now I don't know the exact, I guess, technicalities of how this move was performed, but this is kind of just my closest guess on how it was done. And I thought it was a really nice looking color change, so I wanted to implement that with a card trick. So given that background, let's go ahead and break it down. So I guess first things first, for this version of the performance, I wanted to kind of take a card, change it into a blank card, and then kind of paint over it with my hand motions that I was doing. So that's the performance that you saw. So of course for that version, you would need a blank card. So I'll work through that version, but I guess we'll go into more technique-wise what's done with the color change, and then you can kind of apply that to however you'd like. So for me, for this trick, I took a blank card, put it on the bottom of the deck, and that's about it. That's the whole setup that you need. So starting off the trick, you take the cards out of the tuck case, and I like to always give the deck a bit of a shuffle, just to instill in the spectator's mind that there's no fishy setup beforehand. Even if there is, I still give the deck a shuffle, but it's a false shuffle, so what I like to do is just give the deck a quick riffle shuffle. So I split the cards, make sure to shuffle off this packet first since this is the bottom. So that goes on the bottom. So that's shuffled together like this. Of course, bottom card stays. Push that in, whatever I want to do, you can kind of do it that way. Once you have that card maintained on the bottom, then you have the spectator go ahead and select the card. So we have a card selected. Let's say it is the 8 of spades. Take the 8 of spades, leave it on top. The next thing you want to do is control this bottom card above the top card. Now, I'm sure there are a bunch of ways to do this, but the easiest way I found was to first get a break above the bottom card. So the way I do that, I use my pinky finger here, peel off. So I peel off that bottom card like this. Right, so there you go, peel off the bottom card. And once the bottom card is peeled off, I keep that pinky break down here, and then I give the deck a cut. Okay, so I tell the spectator I'm going to lose it somewhere in the center of the deck. I cut about 1/3 of the deck here, so about 1/3. Put it into my left hand. Take the rest of these cards, put them on top. But now here I'm maintaining this pinky break. Let's just go through that one more time. So here I have this pinky break. As I switch over to my other hand, I transfer that pinky break to a thumb break. Swing cut the cards over like this. Then put the rest of these on top. But as I'm putting these on top, I put that down, grab the pinky break above the card again, and what this does is it merges the original top packet with the 8 of spades with the bottom blank card. So now I have something that looks like this. Then I just give the deck a couple of false cuts, or a couple of cuts to maintain this packet on top. So I cut half of this top portion here above the pinky, put that down, cut the rest above the pinky, put that down, take the rest of these cards and put those down as well. So this way, I have a blank card on top of a spectator's selected card. Now, if you want to continuing shuffles, you completely, have that freedom to do so. What I usually like to do is I like to do an overhand false shuffle, which I guess I don't usually do in this trick, but if you want to, you can toss over a packet of cards, push these cards back, continue shuffling over like this, and you kind of have a in-jog card where your top originally was, push down and forward, shuffle the rest of these over, and throw the rest on top, and you have those cards still maintained. Now here is, I guess, where the color change stuff happens. What I like to do is I kind of want to give the spectator some sort of free choice when we're going through this. So the easiest way that I saw to do that was to riffle through the side of the packet, ask someone to stop. Once they stop, you take this packet, this top portion, roll it over into your other hand. So I have this packet here. Keep in mind the bottom two cards, or I guess the bottom two cards with the packet face up, are a blank card and the 8 of spades. And you want to turn this packet over. I just do a quick deck flip like this, and we're pretty much all set to go. What's going to happen now is you're going to pull this packet back in your hand, this half of the deck, and put these cards in the front. I would say expose maybe about a little less than half the bottom packet should be exposed here. So it should look something like this. And I'm holding the deck, let's see, let me, I guess, show you properly. So kind of here where like my two lines meet, like this one and this one, this packet is kind of held here. The corner of the packet kind of goes there. So I'm holding it like this here. The ring pinky finger are there. And this packet goes much further up, looking something like this. From this point, here's pretty much how the color change happens. You are, in theory, just pushing the top card, or the bottom card of the top packet here, to the top of this packet. And when done right, when done like a smooth gesture, it looks super smooth. But in slow motion, here's how it looks like. If you just start pushing the card out, you see it kind of glides over and the card changes. And in the motion of, I guess, covering it with your hand, it looks quite nice. So let me push that back in, if you want to go back in. Now there are a few ways you can approach this technique. What I found to be most helpful is to use your thumb here to peel off that one single card in the back. So do your best to peel off one card using your thumb like this. And again, make sure this is done. As you do this, tilt the deck forward towards the spectator and gesture to them, telling them that this is not their card. You kind of just want to confirm that with them, that this is not their card. And as you're doing that, you're kind of using this finger as misdirection, leading their vision here, while you're doing some sneaky stuff down over here. So you peel off that card, and as you peel off that card, you point to this. And then I kind of pull this back. I bring this forward to show them that's not their card. And as I'm pulling back, my index finger here takes this break, takes this card from my thumb, and now it's literally just held by my index finger. And make sure to tilt this down. Don't tilt this up, otherwise people can see that. Keep this tilted down, and then you're pulling back and telling people what's going to happen next. And of course, what's going to happen next is that you're going to turn this card into a blank card, and then you can transform it into their selected card. Of course, if you don't have a blank card, I guess you always have the option to use like an eraser and erase the card, but I know that's a lot of work. So what you can literally just do is transform this card into their card. But adding that extra blank card just, I feel like, adds a bit more to the trick. So once you've done this, holding it here, you want to come over, motion with your hand like this. So come over and motion. And as you're gesturing over like this, I kind of do like an erasing type motion. So like I'm almost erasing. And as I'm doing that, underneath, I'm actually just pushing that one card right there. And I like to keep my thumb here as I'm doing this. This way, this card doesn't go flying past these cards. And it kind of also helps to keep these cards on the bottom here aligned. So after you do this the first time, come out, the card has visually changed to blank, which honestly looks pretty cool by itself. And you show the spectator that the card has changed to blank. As you show them, tilt forward, grab that thumb break again. Index finger goes back here, come back, and then again, you're going to do the exact same thing, changing into their card like that. And there you have the color changed card. There are a couple of additional things I'd like to share what I've, I guess, found while practicing this color change. is that there are a couple of issues that happen. If you use a brand new deck, one issue I've seen is once you do like this this color change, so if you're coming here, you do this color change, sometimes like extra cards, it didn't happen this time. Let me get a newer deck. I had to bring out my own Canis Lupus here, but so sometimes when you're doing this color change, right, doing something like this, and then you push forward, sometimes additional cards pop up. So I wanted to push forward this 7 of spades, but you kind of see like the 3 starting to pop up right over here, which is definitely a big no-no. So I would recommend not using a new deck for this color change because cards usually tend to slide forward. And if you have like sweaty fingers, it also makes it a bit difficult just because when you're sliding the card forward here, right? So I'm sliding the card forward here. Sometimes my index finger makes contact with the second card, and sometimes that gets pushed forward, leading to that same issue we just talked about. So 2 things you want to be careful of. So I'd recommend not using an old deck either, just because the cards tend to stick together a lot more. So another issue that could occur is, let's say you're doing it, right, and you push that forward, and I guess this is not an old deck, but sometimes when you push this forward, like this card will be pushed further out. So this will do the change correctly. No card will come out here, but then this extra card that was, I guess, initially in the back will be pushed forward as well. So that's why you don't want to use too old of a deck. So somewhere like mid-range, mid-life, that's the deck you want to use for this effect. And one more thing that I found while practicing that I think is very helpful is when doing the color change, let's just say you're doing the color change by itself, you want to make sure the top packet is maybe like 1/4 of the deck or smaller, whereas this bottom packet is, I guess, 3/4 of the deck or larger. Just because then when you push the cards, it just happens so much more easily. And I guess no extra cards usually get pushed out from here. Because the heavier this packet is, the more pressure is being applied downward. Granted, it's not a whole lot, but it still kind of poses somewhat of a problem if this packet gets too large. And one thing I love about this color change, last thing I want to add, is you can consistently do it, right? So I just did it once, boom, it's done again. Whoops, my bad. That was not supposed to happen. But my whole point is you can constantly keep doing this color change, which I love about it. There's no cleanup involved. You literally just get into position, do the color change. Oh my God, it changed. Oh, you want to do it again? Oh my God, it changed. Oh my God, it changed. Like you can just constantly just keep doing this, which makes this 1, very easy to practice. 2, there's almost no room for, I guess messing up aside from like the stuff that we talked about. There's no like insane handling. Like for example, some changes like the Jones change, it's also very angle sensitive, which is not the case when it comes to this color change. And for Jones change, for example, there is a cleanup required because you're hiding an extra card while doing the color change, and that's not the case here. So again, it's a very simple color change, but what's the right word for it? I guess the pros of this color change far outweigh the cons. Hope you enjoyed that little color change and get the chance to add it to your collection. Like I said, it's not the most high-tech, most difficult one to perform, but 100% gets the job done and no cleanup is required. If you want to continue on your color change learning journey, make sure to check out that video right over there. It is a bit more difficult, will require a bit more practice, but man, is it worth it? Yes. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today. As always, it's a pleasure having you here. Have a great day ahead, and I hope to see you in that video.